Hello, everyone. It's Stephanie Ward at fireflycoaching.com. And I'm so excited because I have a great friend with us today, Brigitte van Tuijl. And I want to tell you a little bit about her, and then we'll welcome her. I'm going to read this introduction. Brigitte is a writer, an amazing writer, and master coach for women entrepreneurs. Anybody out there? She shows them how to make a big difference without selling yourself short or changing who you are. Love that. In the past 2 decades, I know, how could that be? Because she looks so young. She's helped thousands of women get clear on their true dream and make it real. Her clients have launched businesses globally, published their first books, doubled their incomes, and realized their most important goals and desires. You can check her out at yourwayornoway.com. And we've got another link for you a little bit later. So welcome, Brigitte. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
We're very excited to have you here today to find out your top marketing tips for small business owners. And we have a special twist because Brigitte is a self-proclaimed, very proud introvert.
Extreme
introvert. And so these days it's the perfect time to hear marketing tips from her because obviously we're all at home, we're not meeting in public. So tell us, Brigitte, what is one of your top marketing tips to share?
Oh, really? A tip? I thought, right. I thought you were going to ask me how I market.
Yes, that is. How you market, your tips for us.
Well, writing. I think that's, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a writer, because that makes sense, that writing is my number one marketing strategy and number one marketing tip. But I honestly believe that every entrepreneur, introvert or not, but especially if you are introverted and especially now in Corona, you really need writing skills. You do. Okay. You need, because, you know, there's your website, there's your social media updates, there are so many things that you can do online, but they all require words.
Right.
They all require words. And everyone can write. Everyone. I mean, yeah. And sure, one person can write a little bit better than the other person, but it doesn't matter because this is functional writing. When it comes to marketing, it's functional writing, meaning that you have to be able to convey who is this for and why would you care? Why would you care about what I'm saying? Why would you care about this great new program I have, or that I'm a coach, or that I can design your website? Why should I care about that? And you need your words to convey that. And of course you need some knowledge about who's my target audience and what exactly do I deliver and what's in it for other people, what's the value they get from buying my thing, whatever your thing is. They can learn that from you, of course, you know, how to do that, but everyone can find those words and everyone can put them down. And I suggest that you practice with that, because and then for the functional part of it, they should go to you because you're just the queen of all things marketing, and they should do your online program and everything, you know, so they really learn this is my target market and this is how to get people interested in what I do, you know, they can learn that from you. So by all means do that. But then comes the secret sauce, and that is just to be complete. Yeah. What is it? And that is to be totally, completely, unapologetically, unrestrictedly yourself. Just be yourself. And because when you market, and you know, I mean, there's so much going on. You get up in your head and you think, oh my God, I want people to buy this because it's just such a beautiful thing, or I need to pay my mortgage next month, or whatever. You know, there are so many attachments and so many things going through your mind. And then you can get in this kind of serious mode, and then you just sound dry and honestly just fucking boring.
Professional or something.
Yes. Yeah. So boring. That's what, yeah. Snooze.
Snoozing.
Oh my God. And no one likes that. And then people read your stuff and your words can be totally perfect and they can be addressed to the right people and you can use the right words. But when your personality isn't in it,
wow.
It just doesn't work. It's better to write something super enthusiastic and totally as yourself. And then from a marketing standpoint, maybe it's not the best, but it will still work better than a boring, dry piece of copy that is marketing technically perfect, but you're not in it, because that really is the most important thing. And yeah, writing, I mean, and I mean, writing is also just writing a Facebook update or creating an Instagram story and putting one little sentence on it. That's writing too. I'm not talking about it needs to be a book or whatever. No, it can be just one sentence is writing. One word is writing.
And how do you, what if, so give us some ideas, or do you have tips, like how can we maybe not improve our writing, but how can we find that voice, or how, is there a practice, or do you recommend a book or an exercise? Like how can we feel more comfortable just being ourselves writing?
Well, I think two things. The first thing is, and this really applies to when you write a larger piece, like a blog post or a sales page. Always write a first draft without editing as you write it. You know, just blurt it out.
Free form,
free form, and just tell yourself, okay, what I'm about to write now is just the first draft. This is the piece of copy that no one is ever going to see.
Nobody.
Besides me. Nobody is going to see this. I'm not going to send this to my list. I'm not going to put this on my website. I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm just blurting things out. And if you make a typo, leave it in. Yeah. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If a sentence is just weird, just let it be weird. Just get everything out.
I like that tip.
And then after that, afterwards, you go in and you edit. Afterwards, you go in and you look at the practical stuff. Is everything I wanted to say in there? Did I convey my point? If it's a sales page, is the price in it? Are the practicalities in it? But always start with that first draft, and again, tell yourself it's the first draft and no one is going to read it.
I think that's a great tip. Yeah.
Yes, another way you can do that is you have these great dictation apps nowadays.
Oh yeah.
And you have them on your computer. They're just free. I have
your phone.
Yeah, or your phone. Exactly. Can we hear that sound one more time?
La 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 la.
Oh, I love it. If your marketing business goes down the drain for whatever reason, you can always start singing. Yeah, that could definitely be your second career.
That's hilarious. But no, I love voice to text apps. I use them all the time.
And the great thing is, because sometimes it's easier to get that free flow of text out when you talk. So you just record yourself, and if you don't have a dictation app that transcribes it into copywritten words, then just use any app that records your voice and just blurt it all out. Everything included, including, okay, so I don't know where to start. So, okay.
Yes.
Well, I have this super cool workshop and you should come. Whatever. Just record everything. I guarantee you, when you do that, you come into a flow where you start to sound like you.
Right.
And then all you have to do is take out these pieces of copy and don't censor them. Yeah, you can polish it a bit if you say 55 times in a sentence. Yeah, take it out, please. It's just easier when you read it. But other than that, leave it as it is. There is your gold, because that is you. And the third tip, and that is, when you just send an email or post a Facebook update or whatever, just write it as if you are telling something to your very best friend. Just do that. I mean, when you call your friend, I mean, you don't say, hello, hello, Stephanie. This is Brigitte van Tuijl. How are you today? You don't do that. You're like,
hey, mama,
Steph, what's up? If that's how you talk.
Yeah.
So, and if that's how you talk, then just write like that as well. And the only thing really that makes it hard to implement these tips that I just shared with you is your mindset. Are all your thoughts about it? Oh my God, what will people think? And what if I don't look professional enough? Or whatever. Because the truth is that whatever it is you do, there are millions of other people on this planet who do the exact same thing. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
Some people will be better at what they do than you are. Others will be less good than you are. But there are millions of others who do what you do. So what makes people decide if they work with you or with someone else? That is your personality. That is you. That is who you are. That is your values, your tone of voice, your standpoints, what you believe in, what you think about anything, from what your favorite flower is to your favorite color to what you believe it takes to whatever it is in whatever field you're doing. That's, in the end, that is what sells people. You.
Right.
It's you. And it's who you are, and it's how you do what you do. So if you don't show that, how in the world can people ever know that they need to be your client and that they need to buy your thing?
I love that.
So many other people, and so, and that really, that's that, I think. Okay, yeah. And now I'm circling back to your question. It's early when we do this. I don't normally talk to people this earlier in the day, which is fine because I love talking to you. But brain fog.
Can I just say really quickly, hop in on that, because I just want to point out that is such a thank you, first of all, for agreeing then to do this at this time. And it's not that early, by the way. It's 10, just so people know. It's not like I'm not 6 o'clock in the morning person, or that 5 o'clock in the morning people.
Anyway, you have to stay face here. I get it.
The point is, what I wanted to make is that we are all business owners, so we get to set our own rules and standards. So I love that about you, that you do set these boundaries and you say, this is how I work, this is what I do, this is when I know I'm at my best, etc. So just shout out to everyone along this theme is do what works for you, show your voice, follow your path, create your business. So please go ahead.
Yes. And so when you ask me at the beginning, my best marketing tip, it's this: be yourself. And it sounds so easy, and it is not.
No.
Because you see all these people do things, and then you see that someone who is far more successful than you are, or at least you think, because that's what it looks like, and you look at them and you're like, oh my God, their programs are always sold out. How does she do it? Oh wait, I see that she's doing videos and she's doing 5-day challenges. I'm gonna do that too. Well, yeah, you could, and these are great marketing tools, but if you don't like it, if it's not a match to your personality, don't. And the perfect, for introverts, everything I'm sharing here, the writing, that is something that you can do the introvert way. No one has to see how long it takes you to think about posting something on social media. When you're on a networking event and you talk to people live and they ask you a question and you need to mull it over, you're just standing there like an idiot, like, okay, can I get back to you in like 10 minutes while I process what you just shared with me? Well, I do that, by the way, but not everyone dares do that. But there's none of that when you work from your computer. You can just, if it takes you all day to write a blog post, who cares?
Yeah,
just
no one knows.
Take your time. No one knows.
And is it true that the more you write and the more often you do it, that the easier it gets?
Yes, absolutely. And it gets easier for 2 reasons. One, because you get just more skilled in writing itself. That just happens when you do it more often. And the other reason is that you become freer as you do it more, because you will notice that, sometimes you write something in a blog post and that feels a bit vulnerable and a bit scary, and then you post it anyway, and you brace yourself for criticism or whatever bad things might happen, or perceived bad things, because who cares about criticism? But then, you did it, and then you notice that the world didn't end and you didn't die, and everything just was the way it was before, with one big difference. You have now liberated yourself from a little block.
Yeah.
You crossed a threshold into being more courageous, into being more daring, into showing a little bit more of yourself, and you've crossed that threshold, and that makes it easier the next time, and the next, and the next. And before you know it, you're sharing things and you're writing things that 6 months ago or a year ago you would never ever have thought you'd shared. I mean, I remember it's like 50 million years ago when I was, really.
It's a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. And then I was still in the spiritual closet. I hardly even dared use the word intuition. I was like, oh my God, no. I only used that word when I was working with clients privately, and I noticed that they were open to me using that word. And then, whoa, the whole spiritual toolbox opened up and everything came out. But writing about it, mentioning it, no, I just talked around it a bit, like, it's important to listen to your feelings. But I never said intuition or whatever, until one day I thought, no, fuck it, no. So I started using that word, I started writing about it, and now, I mean, I've done programs that are called like Business Magic on intuition, and using intuition and energy to grow your business, stuff like that. I've been talking about communicating with my guides and or trees, whatever I feel like. I don't care. I talk to everybody as long as I like you. And so I really don't care about that at all. But if you would ask me that like 15 years ago, can you see yourself ever doing that? I would have said no. No way. Not.
I think you've just really landed on one of the biggest problems. Like, that first thing could be the block. I know a lot of people are like writer's block, which Seth Godin says doesn't exist. Like, there's no such thing as plumber's block. Plumbers never go, I don't know how to plumb anymore. But I love your tip of the free flow writing, and then the using your voice, because then it's more conversational. I think that if they get that far, then it's that question of what will people think? And that's one thing I want to talk about, which you also talked about, which is what other people think about you is none of your business. Now we're getting kind of into Byron Katie land, but also Tabitha Brown, which I'm just obsessed with her lately. Look her up on Instagram. But that's my business and that's your business. So there's different kinds of business, and what you want to communicate and share, it doesn't matter what other people think about it. If they love it or hate it, that's about them.
Yes.
So you have to be willing to stand in your beliefs and trust yourself and not worry. And this goes both ways. So don't worry if they love you either.
Yeah.
So if someone doesn't like what you say,
relevant also.
Yeah, because there will be people that don't like what you say, but that helps position you to help you find the people that do like what you say. So if it's not for them, it's not for them. It's fine. And it will be for someone else. And those people are like, oh, that's what I think too. Let me follow you. So let me go this way. I want to hear more of what you have to say. But either way, it's not about you. It's that this person it resonates with, this person it doesn't. I hope that makes sense. Do you want to add on to that?
Well, first of all, I agree with everything you say. And the only thing is that it's sometimes easier said than done.
Of course.
Yeah, but you think I'm a stupid bitch and I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, that's on you. No, it can sting. It can hurt. It can. And I did say a couple of sentences back, so who cares about criticism anyway? But that doesn't mean that I cannot get hurt by it. I do. I do. I just made the decision that is not going to stop me.
Right.
That's the difference.
Okay.
And so, and I think it's important to add that, because otherwise people think, oh my God, I must be doing something wrong because I'm still scared to say this or do that, and I shouldn't be scared, maybe, or now someone did say something I don't really like and I'm hurt, so I must be doing something wrong, because Brigitte says, who cares about that anyway? So she must not feel anything when that happens. So how do I get to a place where I don't feel anything? Well, you don't. You don't. And some things sting and other things can hurt like hell. And the only thing you can do is allow yourself to feel that, to feel those feelings, to process them, to heal them, to I don't know, call a friend and cry or shout or come up with revenge fantasies of what you would like to do to that person who was so nasty to you. Whatever helps.
Delete them, block them, you know, you don't have to take abuse.
Block them, set up boundaries, all of that. And allow yourself to feel whatever it is you feel. But then the hurt goes away, and then just do it again. Put yourself out there again.
Yeah, I think that's important. I mean, you can definitely, you know, there's people that are just mean and hateful. You just delete them, get rid of them.
Just assholes.
And sometimes people might have a valid point. If you want to listen and respond, if you can have a conversation in a constructive way, it's okay. And I'll be honest. I mean, I think unless you're super famous, which I'm not, you're more famous.
No, I'm not. No,
but I mean, for the most part, it doesn't happen as much as you think it might. So people in general are kind. So not like it's going to happen a lot or you need to expect this. It's just, it might happen. But I think that's a little bit of a fantasy too, that people fear it more than they should because it's not really happening that often.
Yes. And there's a beautiful quote from Eleanor Roosevelt, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, you wouldn't worry so much about what other people think about you when you realize how seldom they do.
Exactly.
And that is just so true, because I mean, what are you yourself thinking about all day, every day? Are you thinking about what everyone else is doing? No, you're not. You're thinking about yourself. All the time. Even when you do think about someone else, it's always in relation to yourself, to what you think about what that other person is doing, to what you feel about what that other person is doing. It's always about you anyway. And that's true for all people, no exception. So you may think that when you post something on Facebook and you have 100 followers, that all 100 people will see it, will read it, will have an opinion about it, and will let you know what their opinion is. Nuh-uh, not gonna happen. Most people don't give a shit about what you're doing, and even more people don't even know who you are, unless, of course, you're someone like Oprah. But let's face it, none of us are Oprah. None of us are known all over the world.
That's a great point. So I think let's just to encapsulate this great advice you're sharing with us is show up, share your words in the way that they come from you so that people would recognize it's from you. So it's not generic, free flow writing or free flow speaking to text or audio recording. Just get it down, then edit it, and then be willing to press publish and knowing that you can deal with whatever comes.
Yes.
Okay. People, are you ready with your pens? Let's start writing, typing.
Yes.
And as we were saying before, Brigitte is a writer, a fantastic writer. She's been writing, and she has a new book. Okay, unmute your life. Do you have a picture of do you have that handy there somewhere?
Oh, no, because it's not
printed.
It's not printed yet. The proof copy is on its way to as we speak.
Go to the website, unmuteyourlife.com. Unmuteyourlife.com. I'll put a link below. Order the book now. Tell us about the book. What's it about?
Yeah, well, okay, so the title is Unmute Your Life. You mentioned that. And the subtitle that explains what it's about is Break Free from Fear and Go for What You Really Want. And that's what the whole book is about, because there's what you want and then there's what you
Ooh,
really want. That's
okay.
hidden underneath what you want, because what you want is often a toned down version of what you really want, because for whatever reason you don't think that that's possible for you at all or right now, and so you settle for what you think you can get, and you call that, this is what I want. That's what most people do. And when you connect with what you truly want for your business and your life, you always come up all kinds of doubts and voices and stories and fears and obstacles, like, oh, can I really do that? What if I fail? What if I succeed? What if I can't make money doing that? I can't just blah, de blah, de blah. And no disrespect, I mean, just we all have it.
Right.
And so the book it's really a toolkit that helps you in every phase of realizing what you truly, really most deeply want. There are exercises, in case you are not super clear on what it is you truly want, there are exercises that help you get clear. If you know what you want and you're not sure how to manifest it, how to realize it, because you don't see all the steps, I address that in the book as well.
Wow.
If you know what it is you truly want and it scares you for whatever reason, or you doubt if it's possible, every possible objection, obstacle, or block you can have to going for your dream is addressed in the book as well. And then when you're on your merry way and you have this dream and you are in the process of realizing it, and then you hit phases where you don't know what to do, or you feel stuck, or you start to self-sabotage or procrastinate, all those things, those are addressed in the book as well. So you can just take out the book and just look at whatever phase you're in, or when a worry comes up, but oh my God, I don't have enough time, then you just go to the book. It's like a Bible. You can find everything you need for your entire life in it.
Wonderful. I love it. It's like there's no excuse. Like whatever thing you come up with, just go to the book.
The only excuse you have is, oh my God, I can't find the book. So now I don't. That's really the only
another one then.
Yeah, just put one in every room of your house, put one in your car, put one in all of your bags, and then really nothing can go wrong.
I love it. I love it. I love it. This is super exciting. Okay, you guys, order your copy today. Unmute Your Life. I know there's a lot of, are the bonuses still there?
Well, for a couple of, that depends on when this video goes live.
Tomorrow. It goes live tomorrow, Friday.
They will probably still be there, but then a couple more days and then they're gone, because you can then get the ebook and or the paperback.
Perfect.
Look, really final stages.
Yeah, don't worry, people. Brigitte's got so much value to offer. Whenever you buy the book, it doesn't matter. And so that's unmuteyourlife.com. Where else can people find you? Where would you like people to go? Just to that website, or on?
Yeah, that's just a page on my general website. So when you're there and you've ordered your book, do that first. And then after that you can just order, and then after that you can just browse around or sign up for my newsletter if you think, yeah, I like this, I want to hear from her weekly-ish. Whenever the mood strikes, I write. And I'm also on Facebook and on Instagram, and I don't know the links. So
that's okay. Facebook and Instagram, they're on your website, so we can find you there.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, they're on my website. On the top, there's this little icons.
You just click on it. Just click it.
Oh my God. So I have that. That's right. Oh
Magic.
My God. How smart am I?
Genius.
I didn't even. Oh, right. Oh, thank you. Thank you. See, that's how professional I am. Oh my God.
You are professional, and I love it. Thank you so much for these tips. So much value. Watch this video again. Start writing, start talking, get your voice out there, and let yourself be seen. Brigitte, thank you so much for your time.
You're so welcome.